Hello everyone, welcome to the match that was promised. My match on the second round of the 10th Discord Cup against Talose. Hello Talose.
Hello everyone, happy to be here.
And this match was like, I think it started like almost 2 months ago or something crazy like that. It took a while because first I wanted to do many sparrings on this match because I had no clue how to play it, and then also the match was taxing, and we took our time to do our turns, so it took a long time. But here we are. Do you have any thoughts, initial thoughts about the map, Talus?
So for me, it was also my first time playing it, so I just look at some replays I gathered over the time. And I had pretty much like a good idea how to play it, even though like the middle game would have been quite awkward, and which happened. So like doing like lander and pivot ideas and just like build orders were like looked at, but I didn't really play a game. And pretty much I was a bit probably like in the unknown after like 7 or 8 turns.
I mean, the problem with this map is that if you are unfamiliar with it, you don't know how to tackle the situation of the strong side and weak side, because it looks very, how do you call it, doom for the weak side, but there is actually a lot of players you can do to save your weak side once the game is set up and out of the capture phase, I think. And you can also wall very effectively in your strong side. For example, on this area right here, I think I wall it in our match, and you also had your wall around that area.
Yeah, you made around 10 unit wall around there at one point. It was impressive when I'm looking at the replay. Or
Okay.
see you later.
But the match was tier 3, and we both chose Andy. I think someone mentioned, I don't know if it was Cookie Lamb or maybe Random Ways, that recommend me to play Kindle here. I think it was Cookie when I did a sparring against him, but he actually chose Drake too, which can be really interesting because the forest with rain can be really annoying, and yeah, getting your units injured with global damage on such a long way to reinforce can be really annoying. And also the fuel, like I didn't consider the fuel here, but could you see that Drake being annoying with the fuel in this map? I think so, right?
Not too much, I think, because like the units was not too much. Like fronting is quite small in this map. Like you don't have like it's too far to travel. Since the two fronts are actually quite close to the corner forest. That would explain a bit later. So I mean, I didn't feel I had many fuel issues, and like for Drake, I don't really consider them to be like major issues. Like there'll be like secondary ideas for me. And sure, you could just make an APC, and in this map it's doable as well.
And you also have your black boat for your air units, which I used a couple of times on our game, I think.
Yes, it's fucked up by Intel sometimes, but yeah, I
did. Okay. Anyways, let's just straight jump to the match. So, did you had any initial plan for this map?
So my first plan was just to send 2 infantries from my black boat and like send it directly to the tower without thinking too much about the recon timings, because I knew that was like the most like contested area at the early game due to like day 3 recon ideas. And then it was just like pretty much a normal cap phase and a normal build order. The thing is that you know that you have to build mechs in your build order to defend your weak side, since the forest, just one tile above the mountain, is a very strong tile. Then the real question is like when and where do you send your artilleries? So that was like the main ideas of cap phase. So as you can see, like I went for 2 units on my weak side. You split 1 and 1. Classical lander boost here just to get your tanks or infantry in that case faster.
I'm aiming for this property, and you are aiming for the com tower.
Yeah, so I was surprised when I saw you get that's contested like
this
property first, because it's also not that contested early on. And I think like income wise, it could have been better to go for the chains. But
I thought this was. I mean, these three are safe. This one is contested, and the com tower also. And you can apply to get for this one, but it's very hard to hold on this one.
It also depends on like what the players do, because, but like you see, I expected a mech here instead of like 2 infantries on your backblow drop. So that's why I was like, also gave the hint that you were like not like confident about this city capture in your plans.
But if you see my funds, okay, let's see how many funds I had. I had 6 funds. So if I will a mech here and 2 infantry.
No, I mean probably the turn before, no.
The turn before, maybe it's just
so that you can send a mech already. Well, I mean that's also because you send 2 infantry of your back row. Only 1 infantry of your black boat early on, and I expected 2 as well in my like general thought process.
I was expecting this mech. Because I counted and I was really afraid, so I didn't hit with my recon when I reached. But there is also 2 routes for your recons. There is this route here and this route here. If you go here, I don't remember what. You don't reach this tile, and you will be countered by a mech. But if you go this way, you will reach this tile to interrupt the cap, and you won't be in range of the mech that I was supposed to win. So I didn't win mech because I was expecting you to expect a mech, so I just wanted to get advantage instead with something else, but I did get the mech now. So
also the top route lets me like sit on the tower in 2 turns instead of the bottom path.
Yeah. Maybe I should have gone for the mech.
So like my cap phase like, on my weak side is like not excellent, but it's okay. Since I rush the tower, it's a bit like less income, but just for like
you will have 1 less. And now I get the mech.
I remember you talking a lot about Discord about like mind games and cap things.
Yes. I was okay. But at the end of the day, you don't know what you are gonna face, and most strategies have always a weakness. And you use your lander to boost these infantries here.
I went quite far because I think I was a little bit slower. Like you made a huge back and you double boosted with like your black boat and your lander.
Okay, here I get the tank 1 turn before you.
Yeah, I mean, like, we both have a mech. Like, I could have also have made an artillery this turn instead of a recon, but I decided to make another recon just for information and probably for the next build as well, since I can go B-copter, triple infantry next turn. And like, B-copters are very important for a weak side here.
Yes.
Because you're not bringing a tank quickly. It's like takes 4 turns pretty much to go there.
Yeah, like.
So that's why I made a
1,
recon of artillery.
2, 3, 4 is a lot of movement, and it's easy to spot with a recon here. Recon here are very good.
Yeah.
So
I remember you made a video about this map already, and I didn't really look at it because it was like the middle of March.
Okay, technical difficulties. We will be back, guys. We were left here in the beginning of Talose 8th turn. We were talking about wheels, and that in my 7th turn I built a recon and an artillery. Here we can see the recon and the artillery, and Talose was telling me about something about my wheels.
So it was like 2 different approaches to how to defend the weak side, and you went for the artillery quite early on, which I think is important since your weak side will be full of infantries, and infantries they work very well with artilleries. It's like one of my best, like most preferred type of composition, just like infantry balls with artilleries inside. So that's like one way to defend weak side. I went for the other most common, I think, technique, which is building a B-copter quite early on. So here, as I said, I saved 12k to make B-copter triple infantry. I make the classical wall on the weak side, so you can make just a very solid position by having an infantry on the mountain, an infantry on the forest to left, and the mech behind in the forest. And this covers pretty much like all the infantry that are exposed, and your forest infantry cannot be attacked. And so with this, so pretty much in this position, I have my tower captured, and I control his tower, and I can see that his mech is still not in position. And so my game plan right now is, do I want to solidify my weak side to keep my tower and deny his, or should I try to take his tower, dropping mine, or... And of course, that depends what he does.
Also, notice that you have one more infantry on your weak side than me right now. As you can see.
Yes, that comes from the early drop.
Early drop, which is something to have in consideration. And I didn't notice until now. So I wanted to point it out. And
yeah, I didn't know you only made one infantry at the early first drop. I had no intel about that.
My plan with the lander is to keep it here and keep boosting units like artillery and infantry. And
I remember trying to like understand what your build order and how you could get into that position. Like you were not dropping in every 2 turns 2 infantry, and I was like, did you skip a turn with a black boat, or did you just single drop? And like it was single drop. But
I mean, if my thought process was, if I follow any the most efficient way to bring the infantry, he will know exactly the times. But if I'm a little messy with it, he won't be able to tell exactly if I'm the mech now and whatever. You see it and you notice it. Maybe I should have put it here, maybe this here, but
I knew you already captured the city left, or maybe not yet.
You don't know yet?
No, right? Not yet, okay.
But I know you have a mech around here, so I'm not attacking that. And my recon here is very, very nice because I can tell if you are coming with vehicles. Now I know you have nothing. You maybe have a copter coming and a mech here, which I'm pretty sure you have. But yeah, I'm pretty confident with my tank. But in retrospect, I think I should have built an early anti-air instead of these 2 units and crash your weak side.
Yeah, talking about early anti-air, I think that's my build this turn, because I thought exactly the same. Since my recon was in place, my tank was going, and I expected after that make a B-copter. And so I think anti-air this build.
And I think I will anti-air this turn too. And do I see this infantry going?
Yes, yeah, you see it. No, you only see the one on the tower, I think.
Yeah, but that's enough for me to tell that you are plotting.
Well, probably not enough. I think I went like on the shores to be sure to go out of vision, but it's like a gamble to go for the city in front, but I'm pretty sure I can't get it, and I really can't hold it. So
let's see, because if you go this way...
Yeah. I think the forest infantry went on the tower, and the plain infantry went on the shore.
Yeah, that's really smart. Let's see it, because...
It's like tiny details, but
it's super important. The movement. See?
Like around the vision.
I don't know it, guys. It's really important. If you know that something is there, it's because you don't know for sure, but you expect the recon to be here. It's the most common sense thing.
I saw it with my mountain infantry, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but maybe I went here or here, you know?
Well, but I expect it to be in the forest like this.
Exactly.
I understood the tile importance.
And you don't know my tank yet?
No, I don't know.
Okay, here I made a mistake that I was like, oh my god.
Oh, you have a backward view. Yes.
Yes, that mistake that wanted me to resign, but it actually was saved. And here I wanted to know what's going on here. And that's why I moved the recon.
Yeah, so both of our black boats are actually low on fuel.
Yeah.
And like the idea is like we were not sure if zero fuel black boats survive at the beginning of a turn if they're put on a port. And in that case they do. But like I was like counting the towers, like also there's a short time which counts for 2 fuel, so it's it's another trap you could fall into. So this turn I prefer to actually park my boat on my port and actually just build like less infantries. Which goes nicely with a 2-tank build.
In the other case, I did the opposite. I did this. Look. I was thinking, okay, if I put my copter here and my black boat here and repair the copter, it will be all alright. But I didn't do that because I forgot, to be honest.
Yeah, so about my strong side now, I removed my recon from the tower because I can defend the tower with infantry. And also there was the risk, like we didn't talk about it last time, but you could have like maybe attack with a mech and 2 infantries to get like a lucky kill on my recon, which you didn't go for, which is understandable. Now I have my infantry that I finished capturing and that can contest the tower, so now I need to get more information, so I move it out. I'm still not in that critical forest we pointed out, so I still don't know what's coming, but I think I will see your artillery soon.
And now I was getting ready to push for the com tower. I don't remember if next turn on the next to the next, but
it's a bit slow because you capture the neutral cities first.
And here I put this recon here because I wanted to know what you are bringing to your strong side and cover it with an artillery that you don't know.
Yep.
And let's see.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to attack that recon you put there because it's even like even if it's not an artillery, you're still covered by tanks that you just build.
Yes.
So, like even a tank that's like 1 or 2 towers behind the forest will reach that recon to defend it.
But I didn't want to go into here with a tank, anyways.
Of course. So then my tank stays center because I actually really don't know what to do now. So I was a bit like confused. It's like at the point of preparation where you're like, okay, I finished my preparation, then what?
And I built my anti-air turn 10, so very late anti-air. And here the black boats is on 0 fuel, but on a port, so it's safe.
Yeah, I remember the panic on the Discord channel.
Yes, I was. Guys, do you know if it's safe with? And I also did a text on a map with one person that helped me to make sure, and it was like, okay, everything is fine, guys. The game is safe. And here I didn't mind to not have this com tower because I was planning to push for this one.
Yeah, and it's actually harder to defend when I fought, and you'll punish it correctly afterwards. But it's just you have just more units, and the B-copters are actually not that strong to defend after a certain moment.
Yeah, so next turn I'm pushing for the com tower.
I think there's still one more turn. I'm sure.
I think I do it because I was counting this here, and this infantry can cap, this infantry can cover. Yeah.
Okay, so this time I saw your artillery move to the weak side, which I was not that surprised about. But yeah, now it's very difficult. I can't really capture the tower, and I can't really. I was confused. So that's why my tanks they stay center because I don't really know what to do exactly. I can try to get more information, but not much.
But you forced me to interrupt the cap.
Yes. Actually, I don't really want it to interrupt the cap. I just don't want you to start capturing. That's the thing.
I see.
Because I know that artillery could cover you,
and
that was not really something I wanted to.
But I went for another cap, I think. Let's see what I do. Okay, here you see that I'm very nervous because I'm doing the easy moves first instead of the
it's
the hard ones.
Nothing strange about that. Yes, you see, it's one more turn. Right?
One more turn. Okay. Yes.
which let me get a second mech in position and a second B-copter, but still not enough to defend. Maybe I don't remember too well. So yeah, I bring my artillery finally. Strong side first, then weak side, but they're really late. But like artillery, as I said, they go very well with all that infantry amount, because pretty much it's turn 12 and we have shot once. And so we have 37 and 39 units right now, which is like a high amount.
I see this tank going to the forest, and now I'm okay. I have to do it next turn, and next turn I have the anti-air prepared.
Yeah, so the question is like, do I put it in the forest or do I commit it to my weak side, knowing you could attack? And I was not expecting your next turn, because it was that double layer ball was quite impressive, and I thought my B-copter mech could defend, but nope.
Nope. And you have tank superiority right now. Look, I have 3 tanks. You have 1, 2, 3, and 2 more coming. And oh no, wait, I have tank superiority. Why I was thinking? Because your tanks are more closer. Yeah, because I have only.
My tanks are like centered right now. They're not committed yet. Well, 2 of your tanks are committed strong side. Also, I have 1 extra mech, I think, and an extra artillery. No, same amount of artillery. So yeah, now here's like, I think what Snake really does nicely, and I want to like really point it out, is that he does not attack my infantries or my units when making the wall, because that enables like multiple wall breaks, and so making a full 100 HP wall works very well. And here, my idea was using my B-copter to go on the ocean tile and defend and like try to open the wall, but making 2 layers right there is like very complicated.
And I don't even attack with the recon.
Yeah, that's actually very important. You do not, because pretty much a tank or mech does 94 damage on a recon around.
It's 85 base damage.
Yes, with 1 tower.
So 1 tower is almost guaranteed. It's 94 to 102.
102, yeah. And so that's a potential 1-shot, and if you take the chip damage from that infantry in the mountain, which is guaranteed to be like 6 or 7.
Yes.
So that's a wall break.
Exactly.
And here, I still go for it actually, because I think like weak side is already like not looking good. I was like caught off guard, so I go for the mech. It does not kill.
Nice.
So I mean that's average roll. So I'm not too surprised. And so now I can't break 2 layers of infantry, so it's difficult. And so I counter-attack logically on the other side, but I also attack on weak side, which is something you don't really want to do most of the time, but I just want to delay the tower for 1 turn, and try to get that tempo advantage by having 2 towers on the other side. And like my anti-air is already in position, so I feel quite confident with my attack. Just like you actually.
I was not even considering attacking with my copter into this, because there is no way you don't have an anti-air prepared for this area.
And I actually rotated one of my B-copters over as well. Yeah, that mech move was meant to like defend if... Because I know your anti-air will attack my copter, that's like a given. And like I raised the mech like to attack the anti-air from the forest. But like it's never going to be a kill, and it's against Andy, so it's probably like not precise. And it could have been better placed.
Here I was worried about this anti-air. I didn't mind to get my anti-air attacked by a mech, but I did mind if you had another mech like this one to kill it. And
I think also mech plus B-copter could have killed an anti-air if there was another B-copter.
Yes, I was really worried about a copter around this, and I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna gamble because I have to capitalize on this position.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a famous saying, but anti-airs, they're just meant to shoot copters, so most of the time to shoot.
Yeah. And here, I'm countering attack into this, which is, in my opinion, a really bad idea, because, look, I know you have much more units than me. I should have retreat. Right here, I don't know exactly where, but not staying was not an option, to be honest. maybe interrupt this, okay, and try to hold it or whatever, but this artillery and this infantry here have to leave. Because next turn they are gonna die, and this was a bad idea.
Well, I was most surprised is these 2 copter moves. I did not expect you to bring the 2 copters to kill the recon.
And here I brain farted. And I mean, if at the end of the day, if you are attacking with 1 copter, you want to attack with another.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if it's a guaranteed kill on the recon as well. Because you have no towers actually. Like 2 copters, I'm not sure because copter damage on recon is low.
It's 55 damage.
Yeah.
And
so
this is
45?
10%. 45. So it depends on the current health.
Like, it was not an obvious kill actually, which is could have backfired even more.
Yes, because a 1 HP recon is really useful.
Actually, like one issue I have like in the incoming turns is I have a lack of vision because my recons are pretty much non-existent. And my other recon will disappear soon.
Yeah, I should have abused more your lack of vision. And here I went for triple tank and prepared my lander to put one of my tanks here. So none of them gets delayed.
So like this is like one of the critical turns, so I have my 2 towers for this single turn. So I have to use it correctly, and pretty much my goal is to kill that artillery and try to damage these copters. But you know, I'm playing against Andy, and so I really have to get his units. And so I actually sack a 3 HP infantry to wall break, and I get that lock roll kill on that artillery. So like my tank is 8 damage, and my infantry has like a pretty much like 50% chance to kill the artillery. And yeah, the second B-copter lives with that like expected, and it will like run away.
This artillery here, oh my god, I went so hard for killing this artillery.
Oh, this is the magic unit in the second part of the game.
Yeah.
So weak side, I actually don't really retreat, since I don't really can't save his infantry, so I just trade them and delay the capture pretty much. I know I'm losing everything. Also, my artillery is like a bit the bait for the tank. If you attack it, I can shoot back. I'll have BB cops as well.
But right here, if we check the KDA, that's
I killed 12 units.
I'm blind, man. Oh my god, yes. I'm blind, yes. So you have killed 9 infantry, an artillery, the recon, and 1 copter. Most of them are here in the weak side. And I have killed a mech, the mountain mech, some infantry, a recon, and a copter. This copter. Okay, but here comes my turn. With the com tower, this is warranted because you had cheap damage.
Yes.
On your recon. And here I attack before the hyper-grade.
Yeah, P-copter swinging. So yeah, you see my artillery, but you choose not to attack it, since you see the reinforcements, I guess?
Yes. I think a lot about this turn.
Yeah, and so like once again, like his units, they're all at 100 HP and they're not attacking to make a very strong roll. And that was like a very say casse-tête in French, like a puzzle pretty much, to like optimize your attack next turn. And yeah, so my tank dies. You don't attack my artillery, so it's gonna shoot back.
Yeah, because I was expecting your artillery to get healed, so getting it to fight is pointless.
Yep. Since I also have hyper grave next turn, but as you can see, I don't have many units that are damaged. Pretty much only my little infantries. And so, I mean, I think over the game, your scops get more value than mine.
Okay, let's check the stats now. So I have killed 32 of fans this turn. So it was quite a valuable, how do you call it, hyper-grade.
And so my turn is like very complicated because on my strong side, it feels very bleak right now. I probably like have the same amount of units as you. But okay, it's my turn. And so pretty much I have 4 targets I need to like deal with, which are the 2 tanks, the Beecopter and the mech. I like ideally you want the anti-air to hit the Beecopter, but it's actually I think impossible to do so. Or you have to sack too much pretty much. And so my idea and what I decided to do was use my anti-air to kill the mech and use my Beecopter with hyper upgrade to kill the Beecopter. Okay, I start with my weak side. Just kill the vision, damage the 2 tanks. I damage the other tank on the left, so my tank near my HQ survives a bit better. I bring a second mech as well, which is nice, and I put my infantry to war. And yeah, so anti on the other side kills the mech, and that your tank is not first, and it was very annoying for the ordering. So I have to put my tank in a weird spot. Because like ideally you want the tank right of the anti and not in front.
Here, right?
And yeah. No, right. Like I wanted my tank that attack the forest tank is a bit like weirdly placed. I wanted to be above, but I can't have a vision of the tile. And then just pretty much like infantry hits.
Yeah, I was not feeling confident, even though I was actually with advantage because I was ahead on vision.
And one thing is that you have a lot of units that are low HP but not dead, and as Andy, that's like Christmas pretty much.
Yes, but I think here goes all downhill.
So yeah, so you start capturing my weak side properties, which is logical, and here yeah, you start attacking into the artillery that you know of. Of course, you kill the Beecopter. If you look at my reinforcement route, it's actually very strange because it's a big hole in my supply chain right now. There's literally nothing behind my artillery.
Yeah, right now I was feeling really confident because I don't see any tanks here, which is the place they are gonna be, and I don't see neither here. So I was, okay, I have 2 turns of free real estate around this area. But I think you did something to fix that. And here...
Yes, one thing I did was putting when I attacked last one, I put my units near the center so I could switch them to defend if I needed to. And it actually mattered. I was happy to do that. So yeah, you pull back all your damage units, of course. Like, looking at the unit count right now, it's not looking good for me. But also P1 right now, not P2.
Yeah, but if we count healthy units, it's like I have not that many. Like right now, all my healthy units... Yes, but until I get my hyper upgrade, it will take a while for me to repair them.
Yeah, but a while is actually quite fast, because since I'm defending my weak side, I think in 2 turns you get it, or so. 2 or 3 turns. There's a free infantry that you give me there. I'm quite happy to take it.
Yep.
And yeah, so... Oh yeah, I need vision to use my artillery, that was quite awkward. And you see, like here, I'd prefer to damage your tank with my anti-shots afterwards. Rather than shoot the recon.
It could have been a kill on the recon.
Yes, so that's what I thought I prefer just to get rid of that tank. Stabilize, because I knew I was like in a iffy position.
Yeah, because even if I am Andy, damaging this tank right here, it could give you enough time to reinforce and then stabilize until next hypergrade. So it's all about tempo right there. Okay, let's see. So I start retreating here because I was not feeling like this was gonna work and I don't want to lose my advantage. So I think I form a semi-wall here. Yeah.
At the same time, I have no intention of attacking there right now. It would be gross overextension, so you don't.
Yeah, but
I still have to capture the cities on the right.
Yes, you are getting ahead right now because I was I was being ahead on income because of this capture here, but it was like for one turn, and now you are about to get it back, the advantage.
Yeah, and I captured the like between the two cities I'm capturing right now. I captured the most forward one first, just in case. And also, like my artillery got into the like mech spots at the beginning of the game, which actually covers like most cities and a lot of good positions. This one, yeah. And it also covers the capture I will do if I don't move it. I don't remember if I move it. Yeah, and then I put my anti-air to block it. That's very risky to do so. But
yes.
I did it so I'm finished the ground. Not even guaranteed. I mean, one of the anti-air is in the forest, so it helps a bit. And I have artillery backup, but it's very risky to do so. And here I know you have like shitload of tank. And when I mean like a lot of tanks, I think you have 4 extra tanks since they're not killed but damaged.
I think here, did I lose a tank? I think I lost.
You lost one.
One, right?
Yeah, I lost 4. And so I made a medium tank in. Apparently that teaches is a fight, but it's actually just a good unit.
Yeah. Like versus Andy, as Andy, you lack the firepower to kill units, so a medium tank will help you with killing tanks.
And I pretty much didn't expect you to have a counter to the medium tank when you would see it for the first time, so. Yeah. I could have a good like way to once again gain a little bit more time. Actually, what I didn't really notice, but like value-wise, I'm actually a bit ahead because it's quite hard to like keep track of like the damage you dealt to these tanks. And I know that also that doesn't mean much since when you get hyper upgrade, you would just overtake me again. So yeah, you decide to stay like around center here. I don't know if like attacking weak side could have been possible. I don't remember.
Yeah, right here I'm leaking my guns. I think right now I'm weaker than you, but if I get a hyper upgrade, I will be super strong. So I'm just waiting for my hyper upgrade to build it and also get a reinforce of a medium tank, and then maybe eventually I will try to be aggressive again.
So I got the city here, which is like a good surprise. And so what I expect now, so my recon here just sees that you're like in a flexible like center position. And pretty much I know you want to take my weak side cities. Since I think you still have more units on that side, what I thought. And so my units on my strong sides on the right part of the screen right now, I put them like a bit behind so that it can defend the artillery on the left side. Because I know you're going to attack, and probably you have your eyes on the artillery there.
Yes. I wanted to get rid of that.
So I'm really careful where I place my B-copter and my mech, so I'm sure to survive.
And here I'm attacking, expecting to get a hyper upgrade. But I don't know if I get it.
I don't think you do, because I think there's not a lot that exposed. Yeah, I might. Yeah. So that's 1 HP. I have no idea if that's like lucky or not.
This was a big throw, man.
Yeah. So when I saw this, when I came back, the first thing that came into my mind was like, "Oh, that's overextension," but it's actually a bit more complicated due to the hyper upgrade shenanigans. So I think this one is like my answer to this is probably like very important, and it's sketchy. So my artillery, my second artillery is like very well placed actually, luckily. And an important thing for this turn is like my anti-airs actually will enable me to get 2-hit KOs and not use other tanks, and that's gonna like really help me be efficient with my counter attack and just really be sure to, because I think it's actually guaranteed like artillery plus anti-air on shoal is a guaranteed kill. And so I can try to be efficient with my tank, and then I have my medium tank that's really close by, which is like the advantage of not overextending. So yeah, let's start artillery, anti-air.
Boom. Boom.
And here, like you could stop here. Like when I use my B-copter, I see you have a beecopter that's very close by, and it's actually in range of my last anti-air. And here I actually had to rethink my plans, is like, because I could kill your anti-air and like have air superiority, or kill your beecopter that I just saw. And in the end, I went with the beecopter kill because that's pretty much an extra attack. But yeah, I had to really think here. That mech kill is really nice. That infantry kill is very nice.
Yeah, here I should have waited for my medium tank to arrive and maybe do an attack, but around this area, which is easier for me to reinforce. Because I think the most important mistake I did here is attacking into your site, into your...
That's like the closest point to my bases, pretty much.
Basically.
And also what's nice is that like your weak side, you can still bring infantry, and it gets quite annoying fast for the other player. And here I make also some. So I just joined my units, but you'll see why it's a mistake very soon. Since I still have one tank that has non-shot, and I really don't know what to shoot, and like damaging a unit is useless, right?
Yes.
So I have to use hyper repair, so the power, not the superpower, to get that kill on the artillery here.
Okay, that's why you did that. I was like, why? I mean, it's annoying because you will get defense, but why?
The defense matters also, but actually it doesn't matter much because actually you still 2-hit KO tanks on planes. But that's why I did it. And actually, so for John was a mistake, but it's also not too bad since I will get the next hyper upgrade earlier than you.
I mean, at least after this push, I gained with the hyper upgrade these two cities.
Yes.
So that was somewhat why I did it. And here I moved away my black boat from this port, but I had this copter prepared to...
Yeah, so pretty much I expected that, but I also did not expect to use hyper reaper my turn, so I wanted to like cap it with hyper upgrade next turn. But that did not happen, and so my base is a bit awkward now. And also, like, I'm fighting straight into your supply chain as well, so you have 2 extra tanks fighting. And yeah, so now it's like salvaging. One thing I did make, which is subtle as well, my artillery is I actually put my medium tank 1 tile behind its maximum move. So my artillery for my supply chain could shoot in the other one could shoot in the forest that was just where the upper artillery was. And that matters because I pretty much expected the 2-hit KO on the plane tank, and so I think it shoots next to this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so all my tanks go bye-bye.
I don't know if that was worth, because I'm gonna probably lose 3 tanks for 2 tanks kills.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think it fits in the overall overextension idea, but... So my second artillery is still shooting, so... And yeah, the medium tank, really nice here. So this 3... Yeah, that was so risky, I don't know.
Yes, well, I was like, but you don't have vision of the passing, how you... And I was a bit mad about this skill here. But, yeah.
I have a nice stabilize quite nicely. I have 2. I was not too happy about my anti-airs this turn, but it's fine. With 2 others. I don't think I'm attacking the recon, but I actually like use the spot to shoot with my infantry so I can kill the recon. And so I decided to go there. So my anti-airs are quite witty based.
Yeah, and here you sack the infantry here to attack my infantry, so it's not stays at full HP.
Yeah, there's nothing better to do pretty much.
Yeah, but if you do that, I cannot wall with this one and cap with this one. I'm forced to cap with this one.
I mean, you'll notice the same case for both of us. We have literally no units left on our weak side, and everything is centered right now.
Yes.
And here, that beecopter attack made me like very confused because
I was like, I don't know what to do. I lost most my army. I don't know.
Because right now I have 2 like very easy kills. So the beecopter on the right part of the screen and the anti-air center. since you're not killing my second anti-air, and I also have an artillery shot on your tank, and like we're probably both going to walk forward on our weak side and try to capture back the cities we lost, which you started and I was going to start. But yeah, actually I have a decent value lead right now, and unit count is close.
But here I was feeling like you were about to. I mean, not this copter. This copter was when you are about to resign and you do a silly move, and I don't think this copter was. But here I was feeling okay. You are taking back your quick side. And you only have to invest maybe one copter, two copters, and the infantry. And here it's not like I'm gonna take your weak side and my weak side back, because you have within 2 turns all your army there, and I had nothing prepared to push back. I was feeling like, and I was maybe I should have tried and play more safely and play from behind. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but the big question is like, what do you do instead of attacking? Which like wait more. Just really wait for medium tank and go to your strong side. Yeah.
Here, this turn here, was the turn I did, or no? It was one turn before. Okay, this turn was fine, but
yes,
this turn here, if I stay, yeah, I'm behind 4k, but I'm also ahead on unit count. Like at the end of my turn, I will be. Half turn. We are equal right now. This position compared to this position is much better. So here I should have tried to lick my wounds instead of eating.
I think what makes sense with your attack is that you're attacking and you're capturing the cities at the same time. Cat, very cute. You're capturing the cities at the same time with your attack, which is a fine idea. But yeah, I think it just the way you attack was probably just a little bit too deep.
Yeah.
And like I planned for it pretty much. I knew that was probably one of your plans. I didn't expect it to go through. And that's why I made some like weird moves. If you don't understand that idea on my strong side. So I could rotate by front switching. Defend by front switching.
I think it was doomed from a beginning, because if this attack here was a bad idea, maybe I should have grouped around this area. Or maybe this area, not the center. Because right here, I have no options to attack nowhere but this, to be honest. But if I group my tanks all around this area and pincer attack your strong side, I might be able to retake it. But instead I chose to stay here.
Yeah, did you ever see my anti-airs actually? That's a good question.
I think so. Let's see. Okay, I see this one.
Yes, you see it, but you don't see where it goes.
Yeah, I know it goes around this area.
Yeah. I'll stay left as well. Because I think like because you could actually kill two. Like actually you only could kill one of them due to edge rolling.
Yeah, maybe here, this recon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get vision of this anti-air and start eating here with my 4 tanks, maybe?
Yeah. That could be a plan, just full retaking.
Maybe I should have done that. And maybe you were not expecting this attack. I don't know.
I mean, you're forcing trays, which is good for your hyper upgrade as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like killing 2, like 1.5 anti-air is what 6k value for your power. And then if I shoot back, you get like pretty much 10k, and the next turn you have a hyper upgrade. So
I mean, fighting around this area is really nice for me, because it's actually 3 turns. No, 1, 2, 3 turns from my tanks, 2 turns from my copters, and also I can wheel mechs, expecting I will fight here, tutorials before, and there will be max backup with hyper rate. So this area is really good for me to fight in, and I should have tried that instead.
Yeah, and I mean, you get also like infantries and perhaps mags fast if you need them. Well, if you lose your infantry on the other side, it's...
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all for the match. I think I could have played better, but no, I don't know, man. I was very scared also because it was well, between our match and the start of our match and the end of our match, I have played against another strong players like Tordored, Raizo, Gambay, etc. But it was my first match, serious match against a very high-rated player, so I was taking it like with I don't know, you know, a bit too scared.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played. I had not played Fog pretty much 7 months, I think. I just started Fog again, and only for the tournament. And so I was a bit rusty in my like little tactics. But went well, I think.
Also, how is going your match against Random Ways? It has started.
So with day 8, I think. So
which map did you choose?
It's reforming. So we went for actually I shouldn't talk too much about it.
No, don't spoil the match. I just want to know the day, the picks, choices.
Oh yeah, it's turn 8. Oh yeah, it's turn 8. It's a Sonja mirror, which is Sonja. Because it's actually a like okay pick on that map. Actually, nearly went Rachel as well. Like Rachel is my girl. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. There hasn't been any fight yet, but we have slightly different openings, so there's different ideas here and there. Actually, like this game, I was like by far the slowest player. Random Ways are now pretty much play the same speed, so like the time was equal because Smash
yes, I had like 20 hours left on my timer, and you have like less than a day, right?
Yeah. You had 11 days to my 1 day, I think, or something.
Something like that, yes.
I'm very slow at the game.
So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye bye.